We're answering the questions from buyers and sellers that we hear on a regular basis, and we know if they have them. There are thousands more out there that have the same questions.
You know, we just want to tell you the real story from in the streets, down and dirty, what we're seeing in the trenches.
Right, we're in. You got 30 seconds. If you can't say it in 30 seconds, it's not worth saying.
Hey, Kristin LaVanway here in Phoenix.
And Dean Ouellette with Dean Sells AZ.
And we are here to answer your Phoenix real estate frequently asked questions. So we're going to start off with this one. Should I require a 90-day non-refundable earnest money deposit when listing a short sale? So when you put your house on the market for a short sale and somebody puts an offer in, do you require a deposit at that time that's non-refundable for 90 days? And I think there's two ways to look at it. When you take an offer for a short sale and you sign off on it, you send it off to the bank, there's a long waiting period before you're going to get an answer from the bank. And you sure do like it if the buyer is still available to buy the house when that waiting period ends, and that's what the earnest money deposit does for you. It's going to probably eliminate some of the buyers who aren't going to be willing to put that money up front and then wait 90 days or more for an answer, but it will keep them online for when the bank comes back with an answer.
If I'm representing the buyer, I never add that in there if the agent's not asking for it. If I'm representing the seller, I prepare an addendum, I make them sign, that says they are absolutely going to deposit $1,000 that's non-refundable for 90 days. And the reason is, short sales take a while. We need to make sure that both sides are committed to this process. So the buyer has to show that they're committed, and this is how we're going to keep them committed. In return, for doing that, the seller is going to agree to submit only their offer to the bank.
It's a kind of a trade-off.
Absolutely. And next question. Can a bank dictate terms in a short sale, such as earnest money required, and who keeps the earnest money if the buyer defaults?
Grant warning.
This is, if you saw a video of mine I just posted a couple days ago, you'll know that this is a hot topic for me. Absolutely not. The bank cannot dictate any terms in a short sale transaction. The bank has the right to approve or not approve the HUD. That's it. That's the only ability they have in the transaction. They are not a party to the transaction and cannot dictate what the transaction is going to be. Now, can they do it? Yes, they do it all the time. Why? Because agents allow them to do it. Agents need to stand up to the banks and tell them, no, we're not going to allow it.
It's a really sensitive topic, and I think a lot of us are frustrated with the way the banks are handling these short sales. And, you know, a lot of it does depend on if the listing agent has experience talking to the banks. There's many possible people you're talking to when you talk to them. You could be talking to somebody who knows nothing, you could be talking to a manager, and you need to question anything that they tell you that doesn't make sense. Does it make sense for the bank to keep an earnest money deposit when they don't own the property? Absolutely not. So as a listing agent, you need to question it and refuse to go along with those kinds of terms. Should I ask my buyer's agent to refund some of the sales commission to me? Some agents do this. And amazingly, both Dean and I got asked this question yesterday by buyers that we're working with, and I have to tell you, it makes me furious that anybody would say this. My answer to them would be, listen, if you get your paycheck, if you worked all week and you get your paycheck, does your boss come and say, hey, where's my cut? Do I get, half of that? No, absolutely not. For some reason, someone decided that real estate agents can get kicked around like this, and the money that we earn, we work really hard for every dime that we make. And for somebody to come and say that they deserve half of my commission? No. No.
It's like, would you walk into the doctor and say, I know you're getting money off this operation at the end, will you give me half of it back? Or would you go to a school teacher saying, I know you're getting my taxpayer dollars to fund your education, would you give me some of it back? The answer is no. And more on top of that, it is illegal for us to write a check to you after the transaction and give it to you. It's a RESPA violation. We are not allowed to do that. The contract dictates where the commission's going, and we cannot just go ahead and, give you a $1,000 check at the end of it when it's all said and done. I'm selling my house. Since it isn't bank owned or a short sale, can I sell it for a higher price? Maybe. You can absolutely try, but if you think you're going to get an extra 30% because it's not a short sale, no, it's not going to happen. I do think that there is definitely a premium on a traditional equity sale. And the reason is you're going to get an answer soon where you're not going to get an answer from the bank very soon. You're going to be able to negotiate things like repairs and that sort of stuff if it's dictated in the inspection period. And you're going to be able to move the transaction along a lot quicker than a short sale. So there's definitely a premium there that you can get a little bit more money for.
Yeah, I think if you look at it in terms of like a convenience factor, that you're not working with a bank, and you can see this with some of the flips that we're seeing out there, where investors are buying properties that are not move-in ready, that maybe are a short sale or bank owned. So you're dealing with a lot of issues to get into that property, and they're rectifying all those problems, and they're putting the properties in move-in ready condition, and you can get an answer in 24 hours. And they'll charge a little extra for that. And honestly, I think it's worth it. It's worth it to be able to have a normal transaction where you can actually have a dialogue with the seller and you can end up with a property that you're happy with.
So, if you have any more questions, as always, we'd love to hear them.
Just shoot us an email or send us a comment below.
Hey, we'll see you next week.
Bye. From when the time the offer is accepted to when the bank reviews, I don't know which camera to look at. This is confusing me.
Look right between the two.
Okay.
It's getting hot in here. Yeah. You're up.
All right. Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
See, I don't like that when I'm looking at myself.
Now, does she have a budget to buy me a new phone?
Yeah.
You
You know, that's something we should shoot for, seriously.
A budget?
We got to get enough of an audience so we
get
can
a sponsor?
endorse things and they can send us free stuff.
Okay.
Pizza,
Okay.
pizza,
Okay.
pizza, free soda.
I can easily be bribed, is what she said.
I'd like a official stopwatch.
All right.
Okay, now I'm ready. Keep going.
All right. We'll work up to that.
Kristen's like not under her arrows. Yeah, that way. And then you can take one step this way.
This way?
That way.
This way?
Yeah. You look like criminals on this camera.
Why do we look like criminals on that one?
You go. Oh, I need the stopwatch.
How's that? That better?
Much better.
That's why we have Sasha. So that's our goal for this year, is to have a vacation.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
Dirt tent camping.